Push.
Thank you, thank you. Away we go on to the live stream, which you were probably already on, but I can't see. Hi,
Yes, I
just in
am.
case.
Hi. Whoa.
Hi, everybody. I'm hurt.
Hey, the Apple stock is up.
Oh, and I didn't get in on it. Curses!
$129 a share.
Wow.
Damn. Oh, my younger brother has Apple stock because he works for them.
Oh, damn.
So
Phone
lucky.
was turned up.
So darn lucky. All right. I need that. I need that.
Whew.
All right. And
There
I
we
got
go.
that. And I'm going to get us on. Wait, where did it go? You didn't.
Y'all good, lady? Your hair
Yeah, I just
better?
have to be careful about lifting my arms too much because I don't shave because I'm lazy. And it's winter. Nobody sees it. That's probably why nobody talks to me in the gym because I wear shirts that say I'm ultra violent and I'm like ultra hairy and I look like the sweatiest Yeti in the gym. So whenever I hear women like, why do men hit on me? I'm like, that never happens to me.
I feel like that's a pretty good guess.
No one notices me in the gym.
I'm not gonna.
It's because they see a dude.
Man.
They don't.
Yeah, pretty much.
They see another bro. They're like, yo, what up, bro?
I lost the Facebook.
What's up?
They're like,
dang it,
bro.
Do you even lift, bro?
I lost the damn Facebook post. Damn you.
Lift. Skip leg day.
Also, I just said all of that on live, so it's like the whole world now knows.
If they don't, they will. So
that's cool. That's what's up. That's what's up.
If they don't, they're going to now. All they have to do is go back and play the beginning of this.
Wendy, look at the YouTube chat.
Oh
yes. No. All of it. All of it.
Oh, shit.
Been trying to split this apple all day and I haven't had luck. Yeah. I need a knife.
All right, where's that link? Sorry, guys.
You're good.
I had a Facebook post set up and it just for some reason disappeared on me, so I had to set another one up. But there it is now.
Right.
So,
found it.
There it is.
Booyaka, booyaka, plastic knees. Sorry, I'm watching SmackDown.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It's Friday. SmackDown's on. I'm here for Grandma Wendy's underarm hair. Oh God! Don't make me laugh. Don't make me laugh. It hurts. It should be for another 45 minutes.
I thought it got canceled.
It gets better ratings than Raw, dude.
No, I know.
Like every week. They actually.
Oh my God, he was literally giving him a piggyback ride. That's so sad. I just drooled.
That's gotta be Otis and Gable.
No, it was Rey Mysterio and Lil Ray Ray.
Other Dom, yeah. Little Guerrero.
Yeah. Eddie Jr.
Little Eddie.
Eddie Jr.
Oh, what if they?
Oh, thank you, Philippe. I'm trying, man. I'm on drugs and stuff. Not those kind of drugs. It's Toradol. It's not narcotic, so we're okay. I'm allowed to take it.
Are you having to like ice yourself and shit?
I try, but it's a very tough area to ice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Jesus. Like, this is causing me pain. Like, in other places. No. No. I give up.
What if before Ray retires, Dominic turns on him and says, I am a Guerrero? And then they have like a match at WrestleMania.
I'll do it.
And Ray retires.
Wow.
That would be great.
His son puts him out. That'd be interesting.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Felipe, I don't really have to ice these nuts, but yeah, it's close enough to the point where things start to shrivel and then that hurts. So
What's my man?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Just being real with you. And on that note, why don't we start the show?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Hit that record.
I'm about to. Hold up.
Yeah.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on, living like a comet, moving.
Uh-oh.
What
happened?
What happened was.
Not today, Satan. Don't mess with us.
There it is.
$100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on, living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss.
Welcome to a very special Friday night edition of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. We are the voices of the Squared Circle, and this is a wrestling show made by wrestling fans for wrestling fans. Yeah, that's probably the best one I've done so far this year.
That was clean, bro.
Let us in.
And joining me tonight, as always, is Miss Latina Heat, the first lady of Top Rope Wrestling Talk, Grandma Wendy. And I use lady very loosely.
All right, here we go.
Viva la raza! If you're not cheating, you're not trying. We lie, we cheat, we steal. We lie, we cheat, we steal. Mama, see now.
I can't dance.
Yeah, don't want to go too much further than that. That'll get us copyrighted.
Don't hurt yourself, Meg.
I'm trying not to. It's already happened, so we're just going to go anyway. Fuck it. I'm like, Sabu, where's the athletic tape?
Right. And also joining me is none other than our very own semi-crippled producer, soundboard.
I like to think of myself as a wounded warrior.
A wounded warrior. Soundboard extraordinaire. The jack of all trades. The master of none. Dom.
Fucking hit it. One more second. Sorry. Give me the super glue. I'll fix it myself.
We'll put it back together, I swear. I, myself, am the MJF mark, the... How do I want to say this? The founder of Top Rope Wrestling Talk, and yeah, the biggest MJF mark in the world, the high class one, Bruce. That was friggin' awesome.
We had to step our theme game up because everybody says Wendy's crushes ours, so we had to.
Y'all had to step it up, yo.
Yeah, the bar has been risen.
Yes, the bar is raised. My spirits are up a little. Thanks for joining us, everybody, so far, and I do apologize if you haven't followed us on social media. I don't know what's wrong with you. But you don't know this. We had to put this off this week because I basically found out the other night I had a hernia that's requiring surgery. That's why I said, give me the super glue. I'll fix it my fucking self. But I am here literally gutting it out for you fine people, and I'm happy to do it, especially with these two who I missed because if you saw last week, obviously
flown solo, bro.
I had to go solo
Oh,
last
I'm
minute.
so
That must have
sorry,
been the
man.
weirdest show ever.
Oh god, it was so weird. It was beyond
You're
weird.
basically just like
Because I had a whole
talking
show.
to yourself.
I had a whole show set up, and minutes before, like I find out Brucey can't make it, and then Wendy disappears, and so now it's
I
just
just fell
me.
asleep, man.
And I'm like, I got a 3-person show set up here. How the fuck do I do this? And I'm already in it. So it's like, all right, I'm just going to talk to the people and try to go through some of these and, maybe it'll work out. And people seem to dig it. So thank you. I appreciate our fans. You guys are awesome. And also shout out to Devin and Hafiz, who immediately after brought me on for like a 6-hour fucking marathon of recording, which I enjoyed the hell out of.
Dom, I need to ask you something though. Like, I know you have the hernia and all, but how's your back after having carried the show last week?
Are you kidding? That's what gave me the hernia. I gotta carry a grandma and a high class one on my back. Come on now. I'm strong, but I'm not that strong. I'm also old.
And I ain't that petite, so.
You have a
Well,
low center of gravity to say.
I'm dense. I'm very dense.
The female Otis.
You know it. Oh yeah.
Dummy! No.
Wendy walking into the kitchen.
and this is gonna be bad, y'all.
Coming
Because
out with a whole ham.
every time I laugh, it hurts. But I'm gonna be in pain when this is over. So let's backtrack for a moment because I didn't get to get you guys in on this, obviously. So I'll just add, let's start with Brucey. What are your thoughts on the forbidden door being blown wide open by Kenta?
Oh
And she's laughing at the forbidden door.
my
Blown wide open.
fucking god.
Like
What?
my hernia.
It's not a forbidden door no more, Wendy. It's you're gonna like this even better. It's a forbidden hole because it's fucking blown wide open.
My hole!
Oh!
No, it is amazing. This is something that I wanted to talk about last week, and it just didn't work out. I am beyond stoked that if you stop and actually look at the companies that are working together, you've got AEW, you've got Impact, NWA, AAA, right now New Japan. That's 5.
Excuse me.
And usually along with New Japan comes ROH. That makes
Usually.
6. And then there's also rumors of Noah possibly getting in on this.
Possibly, yes. Like, this is getting bigger by the day, and it's cool. Although,
It really is. And
I saw something today, and I don't know where it came. I don't know who it was, but somebody from ROH said they didn't need this whole merger thing with AEW or whatever, and I was like, sure.
Yeah,
Sure,
I
Jay.
think I saw it.
Sure.
They were saying basically like we have the talent, we don't need it. And I'm like, well then why
Sure,
are you like
Jan.
not remembered? Why doesn't anybody pay attention? Why are you not
Right.
Why'd you have to put a pay-per-view live on Facebook for free?
It's like one of those moderately hot single women who's like, I don't need a boyfriend. I can just date whatever, and they're always alone. There's a reason.
They're like, I don't need no man in my life, but their tires are like have no tread. They have an empty purse and an emptier pussy. I'm like, girl.
Thank God she said it.
That's what I'm here for.
I was gonna say there's a few cobwebs in the old cooch region.
Girl.
Toy of the Month Club ain't doing it, but she's just frequenting because
She ain't got because she don't need no
Bruce's
man.
face.
Bruce is like, I'm done with these two.
I need that face for a gift. Just whoa.
You missed this, didn't you, Brucey? You missed all
I
of it.
did.
I definitely missed you guys.
really did.
I definitely missed you guys, or I wouldn't even be sitting here right now. It's
missed
like
y'all.
fuck this show.
Right?
We're the worst.
Oh,
We're the worst together, and we're the worst when we're apart.
Philippe says,
We're just
"Wow."
like-
Philippe says, "Wow." Maybe I may be offended at the coochie combo. Why, dude? Do you have them?
Ooh. Going after your coochie, Philippe.
Sorry, I'm on drugs and stuff. Not those kind of drugs, but still drugs.
Not
narcotic
the fun ones,
free.
but-
Still narcotic free. That's important. I'm sorry. We got Brucey's take on it, and I'm gonna woosah try to pull us back in and go to Grandma and let her tell us all about this forbidden hole and her reaction
the
to
forbidden
it.
hole. That's what
Bro,
the show last week should have been called, the Forbidden Hole.
That's what it should have been called, the Forbidden Hole. Yeah.
It already got us thrown off of YouTube with what we had. So, well, thrown me. They said I got naked. First of all, I'm sorry, Wendy. Let me time out and pause for it. First off, they said I got naked. Why would I want to lose all the people that were watching me in the first place? Like, okay, here we go. Fuck it, time to burn this show alive. Like, honestly, I know people watch us for reasons, and I think if anybody's going to get naked on this show, get views, it's going to be Grandma, end of list.
Nobody wants to see this prize hog body.
Nobody's certainly showing up for my herniated ass or Brucey's big beard and a smile. Fact!
It might
Like,
get
yep,
us
it's
more
sticking
women
out right
watching,
here,
you don't
see?
know.
So, Wendy, how do you feel about the Forbidden Hole?
The hole!
I think, okay, so when Kenta came out, I legitimately lost my mind and was like, ah!
It was amazing.
I lost it entirely. I think it's insanely awesome that it's happening, that things are being knocked out and knocked in, pushed back and all of that.
Blown up. Destroyed.
Yes. And I think this lineup of these 7 promotions, which 7 is a holy number, y'all. Keep it in mind.
And it's lucky. And it's
It
lucky.
is indeed a lucky number. It is a lucky and holy number. I think it's definitely
Both.
a great partnership all around, and the potential for everything is just gonna be fucking insane, man.
Yes.
I'm hyped. I'm excited. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yes. Going back to that main event with Kenta in it, I loved that the main event of Dynamite were 4 guys who were all from basically New Japan. You know, between Archer,
Yes.
Mox, Kenta, and Kenny. Like huge, at one point or another, pieces of New Japan Pro main eventing a U.S. show. And Kenta getting that kind of spotlight as Kenta after everything that happened in
Yes.
NXT.
And bringing the briefcase.
Yes. But like the whole, you know, because I'm not saying it was all WWE's fault, but the combination of injuries and that Hideo Itami gimmick. Little Demon! Hey, buddy!
Hey,
Right there! All right!
What's up, man?
Love you, dude! Go to bed! Sorry, my
9:30
dad's
on a
coming out.
Friday
Go to
night.
bed, dude!
9:30 on a Friday night, 10 o'clock.
Okay. See, my kid's in bed, so I
Yeah,
thought
it's
maybe.
party time.
But yeah.
He's only got football tomorrow.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, but I thought it was great for Kenta to be able to shine because half it was the Hideo Itami gimmick and half of it was the injuries. He just kind of flopped in WWE. So to see him on an American show in the main event, basically stealing the show from everybody else, was beautiful. That's and there were so many moments in that match. I was like, oh god, like when the double stomp through the table that didn't break. I think that gave me the hernia, if not carrying the show on my back. It was one of the two. Because I've been in that situation where I'm on a table and somebody's supposed to jump on me and the table's supposed to break and it doesn't. And that is probably the most pain you will ever feel in your fucking life. Because you are not in a spot anymore. You're in a garbage compactor. You're just... And there's you in the middle.
That's insane, dude.
You know,
Just the thought of it.
I was talking to Mason the other day, and we were talking about actually the whole Forbidden Hole and all these companies and basically the territories coming back. You know, how crazy would it be for the territories to return and take down Vince after Vince was the one that destroyed the territories in the first place?
Yeah, there's some irony for you, isn't there?
Right?
Seriously.
It's like, oh, you got rid of the territories? Payback.
Yeah.
Guess what, Vinny? Vendetta. But yeah, it's
I wonder how many of those old territory guys that are still around are like, ha, ha, like in their old wherever homes, just laughing like, ha, ha, laugh, Vinny.
On this
I've done
Dynamite this past Wednesday, they showed Dory Funk Jr. Can you imagine Dory Funk Jr. like, ha, knew it was coming?
it. Right?
I told Terry years ago this was going to happen, and here we are.
Oh, I've got a great angle for where are we going next? Actually, I know where we're going next. There's something that I wanted to talk about, and I told you guys.
Okay.
So, and all three of us are 100% fucking guilty of this. Why did it take for Bully Ray to come out and say something amazing about Lana for everyone to actually start paying attention and noticing her? Because
for people to start kind of just putting some respect on that girl's name?
Wendy said it. I've said it, that she sucks and she doesn't belong in a damn ring. All three of us have said it. And now it's like, is it because Bully Ray said it that we have to respect her? Like,
yes. Or else he'll hurt you.
No. No. Yes, his name does carry weight, have to respect, but that doesn't mean that we have to respect her for it, though. Like, okay, great. You have an opinion about her, Bully Ray, and it's a good one. It's a respectable opinion, but not everyone's going to agree with it. If you agree with it now after you talk mad shit, you're just sucking dick is what you're doing.
Yeah.
So get the fuck out of my face.
Because that's what I was going to say. I was kind of under that opinion before Bully Ray had said it. And then when he did say it, I was like, now there's someone on another level from me saying what I already said.
Yeah, I'll give a bitch respect that she's gone through all this shit and everything. But that being said, like, there's still a lot she could work on. Still needs to build up her skill set.
I guess where I was actually I wasn't really just trying to talk about us three in general with this. I was talking. I guess I was speaking
I get it.
More like the wrestling world,
community.
Like the fans, like the wrestling community. You look at these other groups, and you see this Bully Ray quote, and then all you see, oh, she's amazing, she's doing awesome, she's gonna be a champ, like, and you just stop and you think, like, I guarantee you, I could go back 2 years on your page and find a post where all of you guys are trashing her.
Right.
Yeah.
Can someone improve, and then you see the improvement and you start to like them? Absolutely. Has she improved? Yes.
Yes,
she has
definitely.
improved tremendously. She's still not there, but she's improved.
But she's working her way up.
Yes.
Yeah, she's actually become a decent in-ring worker, which is something she was not a year ago or so, a year or so ago. She's actually become pretty good. She can sell. She can do everything that needs to be done in a wrestling ring and do it relatively well. I mean, she's still got some work to do, but that's what I've been saying all along. And now all of a sudden people are coming around to that, and it's like, well, glad you finally noticed. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the party.
Anybody that can get Nia Jax to scream about her hole is okay in my book. That's just... And put her through a table, because all of that is entertainment to me. Some of it is a little nauseating, but all of it is entertainment.
That's definitely not a forbidden hole I want to think about.
Oh, no. No.
I just say that to hear you laugh. Wendy,
I want to create a poll that says, whose hole would you rather think about, Nia Jax or my new one? And I guarantee you my new one's going to win. But yeah, it's nice to see Lana getting a little bit of just respect put on her name finally. Like, yeah, I trashed her as a valet with the Bobby Lashley thing, but who didn't? Why? Well, it was deserved. And as she came out of it and she started to get out on her own and have these matches and have all this shit with Nia, you thought, oh man, they're just going to kill her. Like, this is sad. Because she's actually getting better in the ring, and this is just sad. And I kind of like the tag team of her and Naomi. I mean, it does feel a little, slapped together, but at the same time, like, Lana can't keep a partner and Naomi's got nothing, so hey, you two.
And they go well together because they're both dancers.
Her and Natalia were perfect together.
Yeah, this is true. I don't know why they did, because it's not like Natalia's doing much either.
I just think they did that split so they could put Lana through the table like 8 billion times.
Yeah.
Because Miro went to AEW.
Okay,
I do feel kind of bad for her for that.
Since we are kind of
a husband.
since we are kind of randomly bouncing around, this is how my brain works. I mentioned Dory Funk Jr., then I thought of Terry Funk, and then I thought of Tommy Dreamer because he's becoming Terry Funk. So, like 50-year-old in a title match, he's now Terry Funk in ECW. It's weird to me. So, and going back to last year, and of course, our boy Shells, I think at least Wendy and I were around. Brucey might have tapped out by then. We created Mount Jobsmore, and we put 4 wrestlers on Mount Jobsmore. And I can't remember all of them, but I know a guy that was left off that I think we now have to find a way to put on, and I want your input. I actually brought him up, thank you, but he didn't go.
Yeah, he was put on there.
My question is, does Tommy Dreamer belong on Mount Jobsmore?
No.
No.
Why the hell not?
No, because the matches that he lost were always major storyline matches, like giant build-up matches.
I get that.
It wasn't like he was going out there every week and losing and losing and losing and losing and losing. No, because he was still winning in between. Again, it's not a Barry Horowitz, and he's not.
Well, to me, that's why we had put say Dolph Ziggler on there, because he had won titles, but at the same time, when you needed a guy to job out, nobody jobs like Dolph Ziggler. Tommy Dreamer, on the other hand, almost made a career off jobbing out, like jobbing out to Raven and never beating him for almost a decade until he finally got over the hump. Jobbing out to Sandman and getting caned in the Thank You May I Have Another. Now, skip all these years ahead, jobbing out to Rich Swann in an amazing match where he actually dislocates his pinky in the beginning of it and then just reaches over and pops it back in front of the camera and keeps fighting. This guy is like a phenomenal fucking jobber.
I don't know. I don't consider him a jobber. I don't
classify him as a jobber. No, to me, he's legendary. To call him a jobber is almost like disrespecting him. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Okay. I mean, I don't mean jobber with any kind of disrespect. Like when I said it about Dolph.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
I'm saying he's on that Dolph level where maybe he's won a few world titles, but he's more known to job the fuck out to top talent. That's why I feel like maybe he belongs on that mountain.
Here's the other thing. If you're a jobber, you can't carry a company on your back.
This is true.
This is very true.
And he carried ECW for a very, very long time.
Well, see, that was the weird thing about ECW, because he basically, if you think about his career there, he basically did carry the company by jobbing out. He didn't win a title till they were going out of existence. He didn't beat Raven until probably their 200th match together, and he was given the rub at jobbing out to all the new shinies that walked in the door. Lance Storm, Just Incredible, Rob Van Dam, Rhino, all throughout his career there. So when you really look back at it, he was a hardcore icon in ECW, but he was because he basically fucking lost. I will guarantee you he had a losing record in ECW. I will put money on it. and yet he was, but ECW was that kind of promotion. It was the off-center, misfit toy, we do things differently type of promotion where you could become an icon and not win a fucking match.
Oh, when you only got 9 people on your roster and 3 of them can wrestle, I mean, it's not hard.
Let's not make this personal now, Brucey. Oh, shit. Let's see if anybody said anything in the comments.
Looking up his record. Hold on. I looked him up, and there's the Internet Wrestling Database, the IWD.
Okay.
ProFightDB.com.
She's not using Wikipedia. We will not.
On air.
Been discussed. I don't want to get karmically bitch slapped from the afterlife, from the afterworld. So.
Right.
I don't want Lexi calling me now.
Right. I'm afraid she'd jump in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Right. His win-loss record. Let's see. Wins. 311.
Mm-hmm.
Draws. 16 losses. 158.
I feel like
so he had more wins than
definitely
losses in ECW.
Not a jobber.
I feel like
not
that's
a
wrong.
jobber.
Look up Dolph Ziggler for me while you're at it.
Alexa's on here laughing at us.
Is she?
Yes,
Oh shit, she is.
She's laughing. Says
Wikipedia is not a source. Yes, thank you,
It is
Lexi.
not a source,
Your
we're not
husband
using
already
it.
told us that in a
still
very
have that
dramatic
voicemail.
fashion. And yes, we could play that voicemail.
And get re-lectured again.
But yeah, do me a favor, look up Dolph Ziggler too, because I will bet you his record is about the same.
Lost records.
And we put that fool about jobs more.
On WWE, 656 wins, 25 draws, 736 losses.
he was a
Oh,
jobber
wow.
in WWE.
Oh
That's
wow.
Dolph
Okay.
That's Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, that's Dolph Ziggler.
But it's
Yeah.
relatively close, is what I'm saying.
If you want to go back to Tommy Dreamer's WWE record,
Oh boy.
let's see.
Like 1 win, 2,000 losses, 1 draw.
So WWF, it was 18 wins, 46 losses. WWE was 67 wins, 152 losses.
See, now things are starting to balance out when you put the two together.
But do we really count the WWE for him?
I'm just talking about Tommy Dreamer in general, because when you look at what he did for ECW, then WWE, now going with Impact, where he pretty much just jobs out to everybody. Like Moose, yep. Rich one, yep.
He's at that.
Brian Myers, sure.
Is
You
it,
know.
He's
is
given.
it jobbing
he's at-
out or is it elevating?
That's exactly.
But that was
what
the
it
point
is.
that we brought up with Shelton. It was jobbing out, but it was jobbing out to kind of elevate the other person, and that's why they belonged on Mount Jobs more, and that's why I thought Tommy belongs on Mount Jobs more, because guys like Dolph were there. Natalia's on it, and Natalia's not
Natalia is
a jobber, but
no.
she jobs out to elevate talent that may not be, even on the same level as she is. So I thought with those kind of names on Mount Jobsmore, maybe Tommy belonged on there.
I mean, now that you're
I guess
refreshing
my
my memory,
vision of a jobber is a little different.
Yeah,
Was it
because
more
I had
Isaac
brought up like Barry Horowitz and Brooklyn Brawler and that type of stuff, and then Shells corrected me, and the list turned into like Dolph and Natalia and 2 other people whose names I can't remember right now, but I will go back to the episode and look it up. And you should too, by the way. Just saying, Fox 10 Productions, look in the Top Rope playlist. It's there. She popped.
It's actually like episode 4 or 5, I think.
It's
Something
one of the
like
early.
that.
I think we were like 6 months in when we did it. I'm not sure. I know
Yeah,
it was
it's one
like
of our-
It was in
spring
the
or summer.
beginning.
So it was in the beginning for sure.
Have we hit episode 100 yet?
We have not. Not for us. Fox Den is approaching 100 with all the Rejects episodes and Drug Punt. We are on like episode 85 or 86, so we're getting very close.
Okay, we got to do something special for 100.
Oh,
hell
know
yeah.
it. You're gonna have
no
a
peace, son?
birthday blowout.
All right,
No,
let
fuck
me
yeah, son.
let me see if anybody said anything in the chat. Oh, it was Shane Taylor, by the way, who said ROH doesn't need this whole partnership. Okay, Shane.
Yes.
You're a big guy, so if you say so. You're a big guy, and I'm injured, so if you say so. I love
Whatever, I'll kick
Philippe.
him in his knees.
When in doubt, let Kenta be Kenta. Fuck
Yes.
yes. Fuck
That
yes.
needs to be a
Let
t-shirt.
Kenta be Kenta.
Chris
Chris.
AEW shirt.
Chris had said if the
Yes.
partnership doesn't lead to a mega show at a major venue like Madison Square Garden, blah, we should channel ECW and fucking riot.
Hell yes.
You're not wrong. We gotta wait for more vaccines before we do all that, because there needs to be peeps in the seats. You know what I'm saying?
I honestly think if there was a super card pay-per-view with all these territories coming together, I bet you they could pack Jaguar Stadium.
Hell
And
the
that's
fuck yeah.
where it would be.
Absolutely. No, they could definitely do that. If they were all to come together, they could easily
got
do
the
that.
stadium.
ROH and New
I'll
Japan.
ask for it.
ROH and New Japan sold out the Garden, just the 2 of them. So you could easily sell the Jaguar Stadium out with all the promotions involved.
Yep.
Make that the new
And yes, also
WrestleMania.
let's all say hi to Mac and Alexi
What up, Mac?
and Brian, because we love Brian. We love all you guys. He said, happy chilly ass fucking Friday. If the territories came back and took down WWE, I'd say the ultimate karmic bitch slap. Of course, he also put in parentheses after Vince dies. But I gotta be honest, Brian.
After.
I want Vince to be alive when it happens, and I want him to drop dead because of it. Maybe that's just me, but that's just how I feel.
I want it to be such a karmic bitch slap that Vince Senior feels it in the afterlife
and rolls over in his grave. Yeah.
Yes.
And
it wasn't Senior that did it though.
Oh no, I know, but I want him to feel it.
You want him to feel it too.
Here's a good cringe. Yes. Here's a good cringe-worthy question from Chris. What's more disturbing, listening to Nia screaming about her hole, or watching Tommy Dreamer pop his dislocated pinky back in? For me, it's the hole.
Nia Jax. Oh yeah. I'll watch that pinky go back in and out. I don't care.
Can I say no for both?
Can you do like a C, option C, all of the above? Is what I guess you could.
Do I get that?
It's our show.
Do I get that? That new X Division, that they.
I mean, as the founding father,
high class
TRWT,
can come with option C if he wants. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
Although the whole was pretty funny.
It was funny, but it was
all
so gross.
All the remixes that have come out have been hysterical.
Oh my god!
And you can hear my personal remix in Nia's theme music on Clark Street's podcast.
Yes.
I think that should be Wendy's new entrance thing. It's just her saying "my hole."
The "my hole" remix. My hole.
Yes.
My hole.
Yes.
Oh
my God, yes.
I shouldn't have done that. Whew. I'm okay.
You are?
I'm all right.
Breathe. You're fine.
So here, can we get out of the rabbit hole and get back to
Let me just do a quick. Let me go through the rest of the comments here because I was almost done. Oh, Lexi says she remembers that lecture from Shells. Yeah, so do
Whenever I go down a Wikipedia rabbit hole, I just play that message back, and I'm like, "Thank you for the reminder. I should get out of Wikipedia."
Oh, and Alvaro says, "What up, family? Hey, adopted bro. What's happening? What's going on?"
No,
can
Lexi, he's not good. He gave birth.
We need to. I think we need to stick in the.
The fuck?
What? No,
I asked you good.
It's the hernia. I'm cool. I'm gonna go off camera and get the super glue. I'll be all right.
Athletic tape. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm old school. I'm gonna go outside, rub some dirt on it. I'll be all right.
There you go.
I got a question from Chris in my messenger.
Okay.
That said, are Billy Kay and I going to team up and go after the women's tag team titles? She does need a friend after all.
He did bring this up earlier.
I would love to be best friends with Billy Kay because she is amazing like that.
They could be hysterical. They could be the super iconic when Grandma Wendy shows up.
We could.
Billy,
I love her so much.
Send us your resume. Send us your resume to oh god, what
Don't
is
even
it?
bother. I'll take a bullet for you, Billy Kay.
Hit the email real quick, Wendy. Her. Send the resume too.
I love her so much.
At toprope or toprope@gmail.com, I think it is.
I
at TRWT. No, at top. Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is.
I still feel pain every time I talk about those two separate from each other.
He feels pain.
You are not alone, man. It breaks my heart.
You are seriously not alone.
It breaks my heart.
I can't. And the thing is,
like Lexi said, we need the resume and the headshot set to the top rope Gmail, Billy, and we'll get working on the super iconic with Grandma Wendy. Hey, you got to shoot your shot when you got the chance. It might go in. You never know.
Send it to topropewt@gmail.com.
There it is.
Thank you. I love you, Billy.
See, now, wouldn't it be cool next week on SmackDown? You see Grandma Wendy coming out with Billy.
Bro, oh my God. She wouldn't even be touching the ground. I'd be carrying her. Like, you just jump on my back, Billy Kay.
I got you.
I would be your little
I will
cherry.
cradle you like a baby. I don't care. Just hop in my arms, my hairy arms.
She could be my tall woman backpack. Like I'll just piggyback ride her. It's
No fucks given.
whatever
just
she wanted.
Billy.
Whatever she wanted.
I can hear
Whatever
like
she wanted. I wouldn't even ask twice. I'd be like, yes, Billy Gay.
I get a mental picture of like Wendy piggyback riding Billy Kay, and in the background I'm hearing like Enrique Iglesias, like, I can be your hero, baby. No lie.
I needed to do
just
it live
popped
for me
in.
too.
This is your mind of a psycho moment right here at TRWT.
I need this in my life so bad.
Right? It's so good,
Oh my
right?
God.
Okay,
I love her
so
much.
Philippe asked if we would discuss Vince's lukewarm attitude towards Aleister Black, Andrade, and Keith Lee.
Fucking Andrade. The other two need to leave.
They all need to leave. I mean,
Well, no, Keith Lee can't leave yet. He's got that wedding to pay for.
that's true. And by the way, congratulations to me and Keith. That's pretty cool. It's always nice to see, real love in this world.
So
And after everything she's gone through, man, like I'm happy for her.
Right? Like I'm so happy for her. I'm happy for the both of them. I have nothing but love for them. Congratulations.
Huzzah.
She said yes.
So I was kind of thinking about, because I know you wanted to talk about, the once again hoarding of talent.
Oh, like the 24
WWE.
signings reported by WWE.
So
Please go right ahead.
I look at it. I guess I looked at it this way: like WWE gets yeah, they hoard talent, but they hoard them just long enough to where they're either almost past their prime or they're almost like they're past their. How do I want to say this?
Like their 15 minutes are up.
Yeah, pretty.
We've kind of
much.
forgotten about them, and then all of a sudden they show up someplace else, and we're like, "Oh, hey, that guy! Yeah, I know that guy."
Yeah, like they keep them for. They get them when they're like 22, 23, then they keep them till they're like 40, and then they're like, okay, here you go. Now you guys can have them.
Yeah, now you can go away. Now you can do something. Go further your career now. Best of luck in your future endeavors, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
There's so many things that bother me between the signings, like Brucey said, the Black Wednesday from almost a year ago where they let everyone go.
They're gonna do it again.
The lukewarm relationships that Philippe brought up, and it's like WWE can't figure out what the hell they're doing. They're just this running around like this crazy ex-girlfriend, like, if I can't have them, nobody can, and they just stash people places, and they sign people for it, and they do all this shit, and they have no intentions of using half these people. And even when they start using half these people, if Vinny don't see it, they just stop using these people. Aleister Black, number one. Andrade,
God,
number two.
pisses me off.
The other side of it that I touched with Brucey a little bit is like this whole dilemma in NXT. And I know we've talked about it a little bit between what happens with call-ups and that What Culture article and all this other stuff, but it's like, my question to everybody, including these two, is like, NXT, is it a brand or is it developmental?
Yeah. We
Does anybody know? Because I have no clue.
Well, so 2 months out of the year, they're a brand, and the rest of the year, they're developmental or forgotten about.
Because remember, Survivor Series, they were kicked off of. Royal Rumble, they got used. So every now and then they're a brand, and then they're just not.
They're a brand when it's convenient for them.
Yes.
Yeah, well, see, that's at least in my opinion, that's what's causing all these problems in WWE. Because if NXT is a brand, then let them keep their guys, or if their guys do go to another show, let them keep their entire gimmick. Don't pull a Keith Lee, it changes music, it changes wardrobe, it changes style, and everything else. Because if they're a brand and Keith Lee has gotten over there, then he should be able to go whatever show he wants. It'd be fucking Keith Lee, like Kenta being Kenta on Dynamite. Mm-hmm. If it's developmental, then I understand. But at the same time, why would you want to bring somebody up if he hadn't developed into what you wanted him to be in the first place? Like Aleister Black was huge in NXT. He's never been huge in WWE. Samoa Joe was big. Finn Balor was big. If Finn Balor is big again, he wasn't so big in WWE. There's so many people. To be fair,
he didn't really get much of a chance in WWE.
No, but that's a lot of people didn't get a lot of chances. Most of them don't.
I don't know. And why the fuck are we talking about this company again?
Well,
we keep falling down this rabbit hole.
For starters, we are on the road to WrestleMania, so you kind of have to talk about WWE.
I know, and we got the big WrestleMania Super Show. I know.
We haven't announced that yet, but we might. We might have a WrestleMania Super Show that we might be working on.
We are 50 days away from WrestleMania, y'all.
Okay.
So somewhere in those 50 days, you're going to get a big announcement from us. Maybe not yet. Thanks, Percy.
My bad.
It's okay. But it's even like it's got to the point where even guys like Tama Tonga this week have come out and blasted Kenny Omega and AEW, saying that because apparently Don Callis in a press conference with them called the Bullet Club guys in New Japan scabs, which is a great way to keep this relationship rolling. Thank you, Don, and we're going to get to that too. But then Tama Tonga turned around, and he had. Well, we're going to get to that. But then Tama Tonga turned around and he had said, and I'm trying to quote, but it won't come up on my screen now. Thanks. There we go. Even though Don apologized, he takes shots. Like you're going to take a shot and then you're going to retract and basically shoot at us as you run away. Like, that's a bitch shit. If I were the Bootleg Club, I'd probably curl up too. Guys like Kenny and Don call us scabs and mid cards. Kenny Omega is in a mid-card company. The Wednesday Night Wars is AEW versus NXT. It's a minor league war. Raw versus Nitro was on a different level. That ain't that.
Fair enough, bro.
And again, had NXT been an actual brand, Tama Tonga doesn't have a leg to stand on, now does he?
No.
But since they're still considered developmental, or whatever the fuck they are, all of a sudden now this sounds like fact. Because when you're only a few thousand viewers ahead in the ratings this week, and you're going up against what he calls the minor leagues, and they sort of do too, it proves his point, sadly enough.
I think part of the problem, though, is also how Vince himself treats NXT. He doesn't treat them like a brand or a developmental either. He treats them like it's daycare. That's what he sees them as.
They're they're like the other woman. They're the other woman of WWE. He'll come around and use them for whatever he wants to use them for, and then he'll walk away and come back whenever he feels like.
The other woman at least gets seen more often. What they are is that hooker down the street by the bay that you ain't supposed to be seeing, but you go in there anyways. Mm-hmm.
And see, now Grandma and Tama Tonga.
You don't even spring for a hotel. You don't even spring for a hotel. You just take her in the backseat of your car and you're done.
Now, I want you to see this wrestle community, because Grandma and Tama Tonga would not have a leg to stand on had you made this place a full-fledged brand and just stuck to it. But you didn't. Yep. So now guys like Tama Tonga and guys like Grandma have valid points.
Yep.
So the next question I had about this Tama Tonga quote, because it was huge and there was a lot to unpack, is this possibly a work?
Absolutely.
Are we getting Drake Maverick in essence? Like, where this guy says this shit and it sounds serious and it sounds shoot, but it gets turned into a work that feels like a shoot that leads to some kind of match or something down the road.
It's gonna
like, are we going to get like God versus the Good Brothers? Are we going to get, the New Japan Bullet Club versus
the Bootleg Club?
Well, yeah, according to Tama, the Bootleg Club.
I kind of like that. I actually like that.
That's pretty fucking funny.
Yeah. No, I definitely, and that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna wind up being Kenny, the Bucks, and the Good Brothers versus like God, Jay White, and whoever else they want to bring from their merry little band of bullet clubbers.
Right.
Misfits.
And I got to be honest, Philippe, because he had mentioned something about NXT being a brand and how OVW was coming back. And I hadn't known that until all of a sudden one day I saw Jesse Goddard's holding the OVW title, and I was like, wait a minute, what? And congratulations to the modern day Adonis, don't get me wrong, but like I had no idea they even existed. Because it's not like WWE said anything about it.
Well, the only thing they're not affiliated with him anymore. Once NXT. So basically, what happened was they had OVW, and then Triple H comes along and says, "Hey Vince, I want to do this.
I got an idea.
Right, and get rid of."
Well, actually, yeah, because it went from OVW to FCW, and then eventually FCW became NXT. But they had dropped all rights to OVW after they started FCW. So somebody else must have picked it up and ran with it. Is my best guess. Because I honestly did not know they even existed again until about a month ago when I saw Jesse Goddard's holding their championship. And I was like, wait, is this like an old clip? No, this is new. Holy shit. Like, OVW's back. Wow.
Good for them.
Yeah, way to go. Way to resurrect yourself, OVW.
Yes, Philippe.
The only thing that I've heard, he considers them a brand, and then he said, we're out here calling NXT a side piece. Well, when you look at it, when you really look at it.
Piece. They're like the stroller with the kid in it with SmackDown and Raw, like walking them down the street.
Well, when you really look at it, I called him a side piece. Wendy called him a hoe.
I did.
Yeah. I call them a baby.
Bruce called it, so either they're a side piece, a baby, or a hoe. I don't know which one.
The only reason I called them that is because you were saying they're like the side piece. They only, Vince only sees them when he wants to. But like I said, at least a side piece gets more attention. These guys barely get any. They get attention from the fans.
Like, go back to
we don't pay the paychecks.
Go back to like old school, like Attitude Era wrestling. If the WWE is Linda McMahon, then NXT is Trish Stratus. Remember how Vince was walking around with her and Stephanie was...
Oh, my God.
At best, they're Trish Stratus in that situation. And the only thing I've heard about WWE-wise is that they're thinking of creating another NXT show called NXT Evolve, which would be on the WWE Network and is the reason they bought Evolve Championship Wrestling, because eventually they're going to bring in Evolve belts and some of their talent and then put some of the other NXT talent on it. And maybe then you will have established a developmental and you could make NXT a full-fledged brand. And then maybe people like us and Tama Tonga and whoever wouldn't have a leg to stand on. But where it stands right now.
How are they going to make NXT that full-fledged brand when they're not going to have a TV deal in a few months?
Peacock Network? I don't know, bro.
But it's not gonna.
It's not a slam dunk that they won't get a. It's not a slam dunk that they won't get their contract renewed either. Like,
but if it doesn't, and they get the boot, and they go to the network,
they're gonna be on the network with their developmental brand.
It's gonna be just like it's gonna be just like it was before it went to USA.
Unless they're gonna move. Unless they're gonna try to move NXT to Fox as well.
That'd be stupid.
It would, but
I could see that.
They have baseball.
I know.
Football.
I know. But they would just move NXT to FS1 like they did with.
It will never get watched.
I know. Same with SmackDown, but they do it anyway. So I'm just saying it could happen. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it could. It already did with SmackDown, and SmackDown is getting better ratings because it's. I don't want to say it's on a better network, but it's on a more viewed network.
Fourth time tonight. Can we please climb out of this rabbit hole?
Okay, well, I know.
Falling and tumbling back into it.
I think now is a good time to get Grandma's question in because we had been talking about the forbidden doors. She had decided to blow out this forbidden hole with some barbed wire because she wants to talk about some hardcore.
Oh shit! Yeah.
She had a question for us. So Grandma, the floor is yours. Please fire away.
Okay, let me find my question again because
That's okay.
The brain don't work.
Okay. Find the question.
Nope, wrong conversation. Sorry.
Got
too many things open.
Damn. While she's looking for that, Brian's out here. Oh, never mind. Saying Vince
Wait, what
McMahon
did
is a
Brian say?
cancer. He said Vince McMahon is a
Yes.
cancer, slowly
Yes.
killing the WWE. Yeah, but I don't know about any cancer that gives you billions of dollars at the same time it's killing you. I want that kind of cancer. Like, oh, you're dying, but here's another $1 billion. Okay. At least I know my family's good. Like, grandma.
Okay, we're talking about like all the territories coming together. I say territories, but promotions, territories. We call them territories for the conversation's
The
sake.
creation of a super territory.
Yes. And with AEW bringing this exploding barbed wire death match to the forefront like they are at a pay-per-view, do we think a promotion like CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling, should join the other territories in this battle against the E in order to bring back hardcore to the mainstream? Or should they just remain more underground and like if you're a fan, you're a fan. If you're not kind of thing?
I mean, personally, I think it could work when you consider what they're going to do with Revolution, the barbed wire war and Impact. You know, you've had these hardcore matches on these regular promotions and on TV, and now with AEW on one of their biggest pay-per-views of the year. It's a part of wrestling, and I know WWE doesn't like to get into it very much, although they're starting to go that route again. But it could work. This is why I said ECW could have survived, because if you get CCW, or even if you get like for instance, AEW and Impact are working together. Tommy Dreamer's on an Impact roster. Tommy Dreamer has House of Hardcore. So why couldn't you relaunch House of Hardcore and make them part of this super territory?
Considering how hardcore some of these hardcore promotions are, would they have to tamper it down a little bit? Would they have to kind of make it more family friendly, so to speak? Or could they stay as extreme as they are?
I think for the most part they could just do what they do, because like, how are you going to family up or dress down an exploding barbed wire cage death match? I don't see how you I don't know how you could water that down. Shit's going to explode. There's going to be barbed wire instead of ropes. There's going to be a cage. There's going to be Moxley and barbed wire bats and brooms and blood and all this other. How do you soften that for viewers? You know, so I think you could, you know, like I said when we were asked about ECW, I think there's a lot of stuff you could put out as YouTube content, and then when you get to the pay-per-views, or you make, you know, especially like AEW, put pay-per-views in between their quarterly shows for more of a hardcore style of wrestling, because you can get away with anything past 10 o'clock at night.
True. Brucey, you look like those gears are going
exactly what I was going
to
say.
Oh crap! I beat you to it.
Oh no, they are. Like, look, I'm a fan of CZW. I do, yes, Wendy, I do like hardcore wrestling. Yes, I'm not a total snob. But if CZW was to join the territories or the promotions,
and it doesn't have to be CZW. It could be any hardcore promotion.
Yeah.
Like Dom just said, House of Hardcore.
That's why I was saying House of Hardcore.
I just threw out CZW because they're the first ones that popped into my head.
Well, if you stop and think about it, they're probably the most popular one right now in America.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
If they were to join, they would have to be. They'd have to like remain that like radical outsider, like in the territories. And if they got a TV deal or whatnot, it would be like an ECW deal where they'd be on late at night. Because I mean, come on, as a young kid staying up late at night to watch hardcore freaking wrestling was fucking amazing.
Yeah,
you know. As far as it being on TV, it'd have to be filmed. It'd have to be just like ECW had on TV, and then save all their major, huge stuff for pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it could work.
It could definitely work.
And it would definitely add in another wrinkle on top of everything that we're getting.
And you also have to remember that Sami Callihan came from there. Moxley came from there.
Moxley came from fucking Puerto Rico, man. Those guys are crazy.
No, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of guys on these rosters throughout that are extremely hardcore wrestlers that have been in these types of matches before. I don't care if it's Mox, Callahan, Penta, there's a list when you go through these promotions. A lot of the guys in Japan have been through a slew of hardcore matches. So the talent is there, the opportunity is there. If you wanted to bring in like a CZW or a House of Hardcore just to add it on top, especially when you get NWA Power back. Now, like, every little niche, every nook, every cranny of wrestling you got under one umbrella in this huge super territory, it only makes it could only make it better.
Yeah.
It could only give us wrestling fans more to enjoy, because like Brian said in this live chat that we've got going, the barbed wire exploding death cage match is like Wendy's Nirvana. And we even talked about it before, where she said there's no way we're going to see a death match in one of these promotions, and now we are.
And we're getting it.
And so now people like Wendy and I, we're freaking the fuck out.
I'm eating this. I'm just, give me more.
I had to go to the emergency room at the announcement of it, okay? I marked out that fucking hard.
So, hear me out on this. Barbed wire exploding bomb match. We know so cool. Kenny Omega versus John Moxley.
Right.
You know the Good Brothers are going to get involved.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Well, you think.
So,
but it's going to be hard to get in a barbed wire cage match that explodes.
It's not a cage.
It's not a cage?
No,
I thought it was a cage.
No, it's just an exploding barbed wire.
Oh, okay. So it's just the barbed wire with the exploding corners.
Yes.
Okay. I was thinking of like FMW when they dropped the bomb down into the cage with like Cactus Jack and Terry Funk.
Yeah. Yes.
And you're supposed to get out, but neither one of them did. So it's joke's on you. Boom.
So, what if we finally get the reuniting of Sami Callihan and John Moxley at Revolution? Moxley may not win the match and win the title, but Callihan comes out and helps him.
I'm so excited I can't breathe.
And we get
I'm so excited I hurt myself.
And we get a real OVW, OWE. Ohio over everyone.
Oh, Ohio versus everything.
Yeah, we get the real version with him and Moxley.
That would be fucking amazing. That would be.
I think
insane.
I need to change my pants.
Yeah, I think I need to go to surgery after this show because I think I just hurt myself worse. But it was worth it. I regret nothing.
Not a damn thing.
I will
hardcore.
I will shit a solid gold brick if that happens.
Right?
Yes.
I'll shit an entire gold ass farm. Oh my god.
I will shit a barbed wire brick. Like straight up shit a barbed wire brick if Sammy comes and joins Moxley in the
Hell the fuck yeah.
Oh yes.
Hell the fuck
All of a sudden now we've turned into Bruce. We're just kids at Christmas. Sammy needs to come. Sammy needs to come. Sammy needs to come. When is it? March? Sammy needs to come now. It's right before my birthday. It would be the perfect present. That's all.
Right?
If you're watching TK.
Right here.
Moxley and Callihan, new Impact Tag Team Champions.
Wow. That would be dope. That would be quite dope. Okay, here's another one here's another thing that Philippe wanted us to talk about that I want to bring up in the show too. Not just, Sammy Guevara leaving the Inner Circle and leaving AEW, but then afterwards, apparently the reports were he was headed to Impact. They had a plan for him to work there. He didn't like it. He turned around and left. and apparently got TK and Chris Jericho just a tidbit miffed. And I don't know exactly what no one has said exactly what he was supposed to do there. All they have said,
they wanted him to tag up and team up with DK.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. All they have said is they gave the angle, or they gave whatever they were going to do with Sammy to Black Taurus, who eventually joined up with Decay,
that's a better fit,
Rosemary, and Crazy Steve.
So what I had heard was that he was told he was
What happened was
he was supposed to join Decay, and what I had read somewhere was that he himself contacted Chris Jericho and said, "Look, bro, like this doesn't even make sense.
Like they want me to do what the fuck am I going to do with it?
Creatively, it's illogical." Yeah, and Jericho was like, "Well, then speak up, like say something." So he did, and so I don't know how much hot water.
And then they sent him home. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
appreciate that. I'll be dead ass honest. I appreciate that he stood up for himself and he said,
okay.
No.
Because I was going to say your opinion on all this. Because if it was we're going to put Sammy with Decay, that doesn't make any damn sense.
Mm-mm.
And again, like I know I had bashed Tama Tonga a little bit, saying like, way to help this super territory grow. And I know people might expect me to say the same thing about Sammy, but this is Tama running his mouth like he's been since before New Japan got involved. Mm-hmm. This is Sammy Guevara walking out with Crazy Steve and Rosemary. That makes no sense at all. If that's what... Now, again, I know grain of salt sheets, they could be wrong, but going on what we've heard and what has been reported, if they were planning to do this... I don't blame him for having a problem with it or walking away, because again, multiple reports, some of them said Sammy walked out, others said Impact told him to go home because they didn't have anything outside of this angle that he turned down, which was supposedly Decay.
Well, from what I read, Sammy actually pitched an idea to Impact, and it was for him to win the X Division title, take it back to AEW, and let Impact build up their X Division talent and have a giant tournament, and have Sammy just basically have the belt, never defend it, basically be a heel champion until the big pay-per-view of, whoever wins the match, and then he would drop the title to him. But Impact didn't like the fact that he was going to be parading around with their title and basically using it as a prop and not defending it and stuff like that.
Okay, so dumb question. Is that not a better angle than putting him with Decay?
Yes.
Because I think it is. I mean, even if he was going to, I wouldn't even, I don't know about, I understand using the belt as a prop, but you can't really complain about somebody using a belt as a prop when you got Moose running around with a replica version of the TNA Championship in his hand. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying about Impact Wrestling. I love them. I think it's a great show. They had a great show this week. I love seeing Finjuice on it. That was cool. They look great. Like David Finlay got in a tremendous shape. I hadn't seen him in a while. He used to have a gut and stuff.
Why is Juice Robinson so fucking weird?
I don't know, but I can't blame him.
What do you expect out of a guy named Juice Robinson?
Well, there's that. I can't blame him because. I can't blame him because A, I'm pretty sure we're weird. B,
yeah, we are.
B, being that weird got him Tony Storm. Do what you do, Juice.
I forgot about that.
And C, he's a damn good wrestler. So,
he
like they killed it on Impact this week, and then you had the Good Brothers coming out and calling them young boys and telling them to get their bags and shit. And I was like, oh, here we go. I know who's getting a shot at the Impact tag titles next. Like, here we go. Fuck. But I love Impact. I always defend them. I'm just saying, if you're going to put Sammy in Decay, but then you have a problem with him winning the X Division title, walking around with it like a prop, when he's bringing it to TNT, maybe you ought to sit down and rethink things. Maybe you're letting Don Callis go a little too far with some of this shit. That's another problem I have.
Yeah.
Because, as I said to Bruce in the in the chat before we got on. What does Don Callis call himself week after week after week?
The invisible hand.
Exactly. And yet every time they cut to a segment, or they're going to Kenny Omega, or they're going to Kenny and the Good Brothers, or they're going whatever, who's the first guy you see standing there? Who's the guy running his mouth? The one who's supposed to be supposedly invisible. John Cena spoke less, and you couldn't see this man for over a fucking decade. I don't want to hear what Don Callis has to say. I want to hear Kenny Omega. I want to hear the Good Brothers. I want to hear the Young Bucks. I want to hear anybody but Don Callis. And I want him to kind of fade to the background because you're supposed to be the invisible hand. Remember?
This is a total fucking shot at WWE with Paul Heyman and Roman, or Paul Heyman and Brock, or however. Listen, and Dom, I'm not sure if you watched what we're watching back then, but it was right when AEW came out and Impact started getting hot again, and I watched an episode with Don Callis and Josh Matthews behind the table.
Oh, yeah.
Every other comment out of their mouths was a shot at WWE.
It really was.
That dude's more bitter with WWE than anybody I know. Well, I don't really know him, but you guys catch the drift.
Than anybody we've ever heard at this point.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of bitter people. Most of them have been on Talk is Jericho already, but there's been a lot of bitter people when it comes to WWE. And none of them are quite as bitter as Don Callis. And I think one of the big reasons is, like, go back to all the way to when they bought out ECW and they brought all those people in. And Don Callis was there, and he was Cyrus. And he was one of the first people they looked at and went, nope, don't need you. Go away. So it was like all these ECW people came in, the invasion happened, all these... You know, they brought in everybody. They had Francine, they had Dawn Marie, they had all the girls, they had all the talent. They had some. Even Bill Alfonso got a run. Don Callis got sent home, and I think he's been a bitter little motherfucker ever since. And you can clearly see it. Like Brucey said when he was on the commentary table with Josh, when he's cutting these promos in front of Kenny or whoever, and it's like, okay. We get it. You hatched a plan. You're bitter. You're running all this. You put all this together. Thank you. Now step back and let's hear what the talent has to say. Maybe. You know, it's like Dynamite this week where they're showing Jade getting free throw lessons from Shaquille O'Neal.
What the fuck was that?
It made no sense.
And
I'm like,
honestly,
really, from Shaq?
my reaction was
shoot free throws.
My reaction was next week Jade is going to get driving lessons from Stevie Wonder. But the big thing awesome. There is, like, do we want to see her weight training and shooting free throws and all this other shit, or would we like to see her actually wrestle? Do we want to see Shaq cutting promos on the NBA set with the guys that he works with, or showing off his finishing moves, or do we want to see what Jade can do? Like, I feel like sometimes you take that name or that star power or that original, crack in the door, and you just let that entity run with it, whether it be Don or Shaq or whatever, and eventually there comes a time where you just got to be like, yo, okay, you're done. Let's focus on the actual wrestler.
Seriously.
Why don't we do that? We're a wrestling company. We got a wrestling show. Let's focus on
allegedly
the fucking wrestler. Wow. Groundbreaking shit.
Can I just say, I just realized that Shaq's finisher is really the Judas effect.
It really is. It's like part clothesline, part Judas effect. It's all suck.
That's all he can do.
He ought to call it the free throw because it ain't worth shit.
Free throw.
Because he can't do it for shit. I love you, Shaq, but you teaching somebody how to shoot free throws is not a good idea. It just isn't. If you watch basketball, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I really think that was like a hidden joke because
it had. I'm hoping it was because if they wanted me to take that seriously, I'm sorry, you overshot the mark.
Just
like it ain't going down. No, hell no.
I mean, you guys just stop and think like Just like watch BTE, like the Bucks and all those guys. They're always about a good joke.
True.
And for it, I caught it. Wendy caught it. You caught it. But other people won't catch it. The fact that Shaq was teaching her how to shoot free throws, like,
well, for starters, not everybody is the same age that we are, and secondly, not everybody
Wendy's like
watches.
30 years younger than us.
Not everybody. Well, yeah, that's true. But she's a grandma,
not 12.
so
I'm 15.
she's old. She's old at heart because she's a grandma, so she relates. Now, on top of that, not all wrestling fans watch the NBA, as Chris Jericho proved with NBA Twitter. So maybe they don't know that Shaq sucked at free throws, so they took it as like a literal serious thing. While we are sitting there laughing our asses off.
Bro, I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's sad to think that it went over people's heads, but it probably did, except for people like us because we're a certain age. A lot of us watched Shaq when he played in the NBA. Maybe even watched some of his god awful fucking movies.
I appreciate Brian's call to finisher the Shaq Fu.
Right?
I do like.
Remember the fighting game he had?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Shaq Fu. Oh.
Yes. Back when he was a member of Fushnikins.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm that old. I remember.
I want to forget these things. I want to forget all of
I
this.
wish I could. I really do. I think it's partially the reason I got the hernia too. There's just so much in my head that drives me nuts that eventually it just snapped.
Exploded.
I can't have an aneurysm, so here comes a hernia.
Horrible shit in the 90s.
There really was. There was a lot of great shit.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of horrible shit too. At least it was a balance.
Hold on, let me
For every Nirvana, there was a Limp Bizkit. That's all I'm saying.
Shaq did everything good on the basketball court, and
everything off was terrible. Horrible.
Yes.
That man had 3 rap albums. I don't know if anybody
Oh yeah, he
noticed
did.
this.
I forgot about those.
I don't know if anybody noticed
one.
this. Shaq can barely even speak. He has 3 rap albums out there. Look it up.
Now he's a DJ.
He's a DJ now.
He invented mumble rap.
Yes.
Fact. No, I mean, he did like all the guest stuff on Fushnikins, and then he had 2 solo albums. So technically he's got 3, and he can barely speak. That's first off, that's impressive. When you can get away with that, you know you're big. If I put out a rap album tomorrow, nobody's buying it, even if it's good. And it won't be, but if it was, nobody's buying it. But people bought Shaq's. That's an accomplishment. So I can only knock him so hard. Chris also brought up a good thing. It was about the Sammy Guevara, another idea for him. If Impact ended up bringing back the Beautiful People and added him as a male member, or if they wanted to do a male version of, or a male version of the Beautiful People with Sammy and 2 other guys, like that might have even worked better for him or have been perfect. I could see that. They got
Beautiful People already did that with Billy Gunn.
Yeah, but again, that was a while ago, and we remember that, but a lot of other people don't. So if they came out with like Sammy and 2 of the knockouts or something and said they're the Beautiful People, it would have been better than Decay, for sure.
Yeah, I could actually see.
Or pick a couple of pretty boys in Impact, put them with Sammy, and now they're the Beautiful People.
They could do that, and I would.
I know Hope would love me for this if like Ace Austin and Sammy Guevara were like 2/3 of the Beautiful People. She would probably lose her shit.
Like, I don't know. I would feel robbed because I'd feel like they're trying to be like the fashion police.
Okay.
Very true. Very true.
But at the same time, obviously I would give it a chance. But
I would.
It's.
But all of this is a better creative idea than Decay. Just bringing Sammy Guevara to Impact and letting him be Sammy Guevara on his own would have been a better idea.
So does this mean he's going to be back next week?
I have no fucking clue.
Because when he left the Inner Circle, he said, I'm gonna be leaving for a while.
Yeah, I need some time.
Basically, what he was saying, he was going to film for Impact.
And obviously, they talked about him this week on Dynamite. but he didn't come back. Like Jericho brought him up a few times, and it didn't sound good. Obviously backing MJF, even though, he was like, how dare you accuse Max of recording you on his phone? But he was.
Yeah.
He was. I'm sorry, Chris, but it happened. We all saw it. You didn't see it, but we all saw it. Do I need to cut a clip out of this so Chris Jericho can know that was a thing that happened?
I think we're good.
Okay, because it's been a week and he still doesn't know, so I'm wondering.
It wasn't even just on the phone. There was the cameraman there.
Yeah, but that's in front of the cameraman, he was recording audio on his phone for Sammy, which I'm guessing he was going to doctor, and then Sammy gave him the shot that broke every rib in his body and crushed his phone.
Yeah.
Poor Chris Jericho. There's MJF all wrapped up from practically neck to nuts in athletic tape, complaining about his ribs, making Jericho carry him in that tag match.
Okay. I've got one last thing to talk about for this evening.
Please go right ahead.
Do it.
And I'm actually pretty peeved with AEW, and how they're handling their tag team division. They're doing.
Yes.
They are
Yes.
doing.
See where you're going now.
They're doing exactly what WWE is doing and has been doing that everybody hated, and that is pairing two singles wrestlers together
Randos.
and giving
Mixed match.
title matches. This is the second time
Yeah,
it's
man,
happened.
me
And,
too.
and now let's also look at this. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page are the longest
Reigning
tag champs.
Yep.
Not the Young Bucks, not
Nope,
FTR,
not
not SCU.
Kenny and Hangman,
Kenny and Hangman.
who are no more.
I don't need Chris Jericho and MJF to win the tag team titles.
No, I don't even
Not
want
at all.
them to.
I
I want a legitimate tag team.
I'm gonna go back to what they said a few weeks ago before all this shit started. Santana and Ortiz said, you brought us into the inner circle to be the tag team of the inner circle.
Yes.
And since then they have not been, because we've had Les Ex Gods, we've had Sammy Hager, we've got MJ Erico.
Yeah.
I mean, we got M. Judas. I don't know what to call him. Everybody but Santana and Ortiz, who were brought in to be the tag team in the inner circle to be at the forefront, and are not.
And I don't get why they haven't written them out of the inner circle.
I don't either.
It's gotten to a point where it's not even funny anymore.
And it would have been.
All they're handed is losses.
It would have
That's
been. It would have totally made sense had Santana and Ortiz beat the Young Bucks on Wednesday night, and then had to defend against Jericho and MJF. Because let's say they get screwed out of the titles. This is the perfect way to write Santana and Ortiz out of the inner circle, like Wendy and I have said, like Bruce has said. But then they get beat on a fucking schoolboy out of nowhere. It's like, bro, really? So now they're just gonna sit in limbo even longer? FTR. I mean, it was one thing going into the last pay-per-view. FTR is the champs, and they're fighting the Young Bucks, and you're thinking, okay, all is right with tag team wrestling in AEW. And from that point, we've just now derailed into Santana and Ortiz don't matter. FTR is off doing these weird things with Jurassic Express. The Bucks are randomly defending their titles against whoever and kind of beefing with the Good Brothers, but kind of not.
Like,
you've gone off the rails. It's like a wealth of riches, and you're like, nah.
I don't so much mind FTR and Jungle Express and matches like that, because they're the actual
Because they're tag team.
They're the tag team division, so I don't mind that stuff. But when it's two singles wrestlers going after the tag titles, like you've got these teams like freaking Top Flight that's in there now. Your fucking rap fucking
even the
dork that
Acclaimed
you like,
are kind
the
of homegrown and are coming up. I'm not saying they're tag team champion level or anything.
No,
You
But
even
they
have
are
the Butcher and the Blade.
fast
Granted, they
rising.
partnered with Eddie, but
Butcher and the
are
Blade.
still a tag team. And
If
they
you
are-
watch AEW Dark, you see a team named Bear Country, and they're damn good.
they
Yes.
are.
They are some big, talented guys and could be a great team in AEW. You got Devon's kids on AEW Dark, and you're pushing singles guys in your tag team division.
Doesn't make any sense.
Have a division that is. You have more tag teams than I have pops. Okay, they're just everywhere, and you're like, nah, let's make some more. What the fuck for? Or let's just throw two guys together. Why?
You even have the two that are just genetically inept on staying on top ropes, the Seidels.
The side down. Don't
And
even.
yet,
Even I tried to avoid that one.
And yet you still don't give them
And
opportunity.
you wonder why I don't like these
You've got
guys.
the hybrid too.
The hybrid too,
those
for
guys are
fuck's sake.
amazing. I've
They're
always loved those
tremendous.
guys.
Go watch their shit in AAA. They are fucking
I love
tremendous.
them from when I saw them in Lucha Underground. I've loved those guys.
Yes.
Their style is ridiculous.
I saw them in Lucha Underground, and then when I heard they were a team in AAA, I went back and I watched some of their
Yes.
matches there, and they were just gold.
Yes.
And when I heard they were getting reunited in AEW, I was excited. And they
Yep.
have been nothing but a jobber team from day one.
Yep.
Day fucking one, like first pay-per-view, jobber team. All the way to now, 18 months later, jobber team.
Doesn't make any damn sense. All of their tag teams, except for the Young Bucks, are basically jobber teams.
Mhm.
And they're just jobbed out to each other.
Even they
The
started up.
Bucks and FTR.
They started up this angle with Kazarian and Daniels that if they lose another match, they're splitting up.
Whatever
but
happened to that?
it's still going.
It's still going,
But
they've been
it's
off
going on
TV.
Dark, and it's going against teams they can easily beat. And even though they are winning these matches because they haven't lost in probably 2 months since they said it, they're not headed up the rankings. They're not getting any matches on Dynamite. They're not getting any title shots. Nothing.
I mean, I pulled up the rankings just now. They're nowhere. They're not even listed.
They're
in the
nowhere.
rankings.
And they probably won 7 or 8 straight matches since that waiting room segment where Kaz said to Daniels, "If we lose another match, we're done. You and I don't team up anymore." And that was
Right
a
now, the
huge
rankings-
thing until
The rankings as they stand right now are Avi, the champs are the Bucks. Then you have Jericho and MJF in first, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, so the Jurassic Express, FTR 3, Proud and Powerful 4, and then are these Top Flight or are they the rapping guys? I can't tell. I think they're rapping guys.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Acclaimed.
Yes,
The
thank you,
Acclaimed.
the Acclaimed. Oh, the name's right there, the Acclaimed. I was just looking at their pictures and not actually reading.
AEW, the Acclaimed are in the building.
Now,
Both me in the front butt.
Don,
Right.
if you actually like you were talking about these matches and stuff like all these tag teams now looking at the rankings, you basically got number 2 and number 3 fighting for the number 2 spot with FTR and Jurassic
Express, yeah.
So now that match and that feud starting to make a lot more sense, you know.
Okay.
But
that's, I mean, they've had this back and forth feud with, like, you know, Jurassic Express and FTR, and that's all well and good, but, like, how, you know, okay, FTR beat Jurassic Express. Why are they underneath them in the rankings? Because Jungle Boy beat Dax or whatever the fuck? Like, that doesn't, none of that makes any sense.
None.
Well, you know, Marco was in that match, so we can't say that counted because it's Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, not Jungle
it
Boy
counts.
and Marco.
They're just like the New Day.
I'm trying to come up with some kind of reason why they would still be above them, you know. So
According
maybe
to the rankings, Jurassic
fuck your Freebird
Express-
rules because Luchasaurus wasn't in the match, so he didn't lose it. So therefore, you know, that sort of thing. The only other way I can explain it is to get Tony Khan on, and he ain't coming.
According to the rankings, Jurassic Express is 3-0, FTR is 1-0.
Oh, they've got more. They've had more matches. That makes
Okay.
sense.
All right, yeah,
But
that does make a
Santana and
little bit of
Ortiz
sense.
is 3-1.
Yeah, after their, and they might even, I don't know if this is the latest or if this is pre-Wednesday, because then of course they lost to the Bucks. So watch that. If they were 3-1, now they're just,
This ranking? No, I think that one is that lost to the Bucks.
I hope that
This
one
this
is the Bucks,
week's.
but I'm just,
This is
you
the
know,
rankings as of this Wednesday, February 17th.
again,
Today is what,
if
the
you pulled
19th?
those rankings up and MJF and Jericho were kind of floundering in the top 5, but Santana and Ortiz were number 1 contenders, you'd be like, oh, okay. But it's the other way around, where the established tag team that everybody knows and loves are just grasping to that top 5 for all they can, and the singles wrestlers are the number 1 contenders. I'm almost wondering, because I think I can't remember if it was Peter or Chris, but one of them had asked us, do you think that Santana and Ortiz, with this territory that they're developing, would they be better off going back to Impact and becoming LAX?
No, that was actually me in the chat.
Oh, was that you? My bad.
Yeah,
it was somebody. I knew it was somebody.
That was me in the show chat. It was.
But it was a great question, so I had to get it in.
It wasn't even them going back to Impact. It's the fact that that AEW is working with Impact, so they could actually give them the okay to use the LAX gimmick and moniker,
right?
Because they're working together,
right?
And leave the Inner Circle and bring LAX back, and Diamante is already there. Mm-hmm. And then if Zelina Vega, which she was one of the the original female member of LAX.
She was. She definitely was.
And her 90 days is now
almost, just about.
No, it's up.
Just about up. Looking at my freckle watch.
It's up in 2 hours, in an hour and some change, isn't it?
I would take it, if you're working with Impact this closely, I would take it a step further, because Brucey's already mentioned how like Butcher and Blade should kind of go out on their own. We've also talked about Santana and Ortiz. Here's a way to get it going. You start an LAX faction between Impact and AEW, and you take Santana and Ortiz and you team them up with Eddie Kingston and Supermax. And you just put them all together, and they all run together. That puts Butcher and Blade out on their own. That gets Santana and Ortiz out of the Inner Circle. It takes care of everything in one foul swoop, and it puts together almost the actual clique that was LAX. Only at one point, Santana and Ortiz were the official, and Kingston and Supermax were the OGs.
Yeah.
So you just slap them all together, and now you have this huge faction, and they can feud with the Inner Circle, because there's 4 of them. They could feud with the Bootleg Club because they got numbers. You could go get Homicide and add him in, and then you have the numbers to feud with these other factions, whether it be an Impact or AEW. And it would give guys like Santana and Ortiz more opportunities to be the tag team that the Inner Circle brought them in to be.
Well, that was an amazing fucking show.
I think so.
Yeah. Solid work, bro.
I think I stepped up even though I'm injured.
Absolutely. It was so good my phone died.
I did my best Sabu impression this whole time. Just tape it up. Let's go. Super glue. Right. I got it. Okay. Fuck it. Let's go.
I had to pee this whole time, but I've managed to hold it down. So it's been a good show. Hell, the plug. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Actually,
got those strong muscles.
Pretty friggin' hungry, but I didn't want to reach back to the snack cabinet.
No, I think it's a good time to sign off, because sitting in this one spot is definitely starting to get to me just a little.
My hips are hurting a little bit.
So
tonight's snack was a crispy peanut butter filled milk chocolate peanuts, AT Dubs.
Wow.
Tasty stuff.
Yeah, people do want to know that. So thank you, Grandma.
they're shaped like peanuts.
There are a lot of people in the chat that come in, they're just like, Grandma, what you eating?
Peanuts.
Oh. All right, so Brucey, would you like to grace us with the social medias? Because I think I did it like 4 or 5 times last week.
You sure you don't want to do it again? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't mind. I'm pretty good at it now. I had a lot of practice.
Well, you can definitely find us on the book face, or for you normal people, that's Facebook. At Top Rope Wrestling Talk, we're a publicly traded group. That means we're open to the public. And come in, hit the invite. We'll accept. Come talk wrestling. Join our forums. go after titles. Shut up, Dom. I don't want to hear it.
19. Goat of TRWT. You're gonna hear it. You see it on the screen. Hashtag Goat of TRWT.
I don't see anything but dickhead.
A dickhead with a bunch of gold.
Not far behind.
There you are.
Then you can also find us on Twitter at TopRopeWT. Fucking been blowing up lately. Trust me, I'm at work and my phone's vibrating in my pocket. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? And Twitter's going freaking crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, you guys, I gotta work.
If I'm not in the hospital, there's a lot of tweets going on. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Then you can also find us on the gram at top_rope_wrestling_talk. See, Devin, it's not that.
Thank God
hard.
I didn't have to say that again. I was so sick of saying like 2 a.m. I'm like at top_fuck Brucey_wrestling.
And don't forget to go on Facebook and look up TRWT merch. Go on there, hit up the merch maker, buy our shirts, buy our hoodies, buy our mugs.
And the gram.
Masks.
And the gram too, which is at TRWT_merch.
There you go. Wendy.
And also, sorry, one more thing. Also, according to the merch maker, February all month, free shipping.
Yes.
So whatever you buy, the shipping is free fitty. Wendy.
Free fit. You can find us on anchor.fm/TRWT. From there, you can find us wherever podcasts are distributed. So from Anchor, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher. If you go to iHeartRadio, you can find us there too. You just have to look us up on iHeartRadio. And then a whole bunch of other ones that like nobody ever freaking remembers. And that's us on the podcast. And as we have said over and over, find us on the YouTube, Foxden Productions.
Definitely.
Yes.
I had a I'm trying to find. I can't do it from here. Damn it. I was gonna say I'm trying to find. We actually had a review, and I didn't know about it for a while. Oh hell yeah! And I'm trying to find it.
I look on my phone, but my phone's dead.
I tried looking on my phone, and it won't bring me.
Where was the review? Where was the review?
It was a while back too, because I keep saying review us and we'll use it, and then somebody did, and we didn't, so I feel bad now. Right?
So was it like Apple, Spotify? Was it?
I believe it was Apple. I'm trying to pull it up right now. Like right motherfucking now. No,
right
that's
now,
Google.
Right now?
That's Google, goddamn you. Yes, right now. Come on, do your thing. There we are. Go to the bottom and yes, here we are. We actually got a nice review, which is always lovely, but we will use bad ones too. I don't care. We obviously like to talk a lot of shit, but this one came from someone who calls themselves Bebop, which is cool. I hope your brother's name is Rockstar. Oh, I thought it was Bebop. My bad. I like Bebop better. It reminds me of Ninja Turtles. But either way, BB Pop, I'm sorry, said some good old fashioned fun, which I like because I'm old fashioned. An awesome wrestling podcast covering the entire world of pro wrestling, not just your mainstream major promotions. And yeah, that's a fact.
Oh yeah.
That's absolutely a truism right there. We do definitely try to cover any and everything. And it does look like Lucha Underground or Azteca Underground is coming faster in MLW than we thought. And I know Brucey's still boo-hooing it, but he's not going to when Dario Cueto shows up and buys IWA. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not gonna believe it until I see it.
It's happening. You're going to see it.
I'll put it to you that way. Once it happens and I see it, I will be happy and believe it. Right now, it's a work.
But yes, we definitely do try to cover, every corner of wrestling we can find. And I do want to thank Bebop again. I want to say Bebop. I love Ninja Turtles. Sorry. We do want to thank you again. That's very awesome. Give him a round of applause. Brucey's just gonna sit there, but whatever. That's the golf clap.
Golf claps.
Golf clap?
Golf clap.
I am a golfer.
You're about the only one.
Holy shit.
But now that's out of the way, thank you for the
didn't know
wonderful
that.
review. And if you are listening to us on the audio podcast, please rate us, review us. We will use that too. There are probably a few others. I'm going to look and dig them up, and we're going to use them on the next show. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wear your masks. Goodbye.
All our southern friends stay warm.
That too.
I
Mwah.
am. It's been like 80, 90.
Lucky son of a bitch. And good night. Bang.
Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Deuces, bitches.
Fuck it, one more time. I got some Scorsese up. Play it.
Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars.
Be on the lookout. New insubordinate projects are coming.
Massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss. Burberry scars, shrimp and Perry on. Living like a comet, moving amongst the stars. $100,000 sports cars, silk massage, menage a trois. Yes, I've been a boss.